My number one tip for digital photographers is you must back up your photos. If you use Mozy.com, you'll never need to remember to run a backup ever again. Plus, your photos will be stored safely in Mozy's online secure servers. If you buy right now, you can get a 15% discount by using promo code PHOTO for Mozy Home or PHOTO15 for Mozy Pro. Hello and welcome back to Photo Walkthrough. Today we have got a photo walkthrough review of a product that I've had now for coming on 3 or 4 months, and I thought it was about time. I'd got used to it enough really to tell you how I'm getting on with it. Now it's this. This is a Wacom Bamboo Pen and Touch. This is the replacement for the old Wacom Bamboo tablet, which has been my graphics tablet of choice for probably a year or more now. Wacom have just released, just before Christmas they released their Wacom 2 range, which, as you can see, they've changed the design a little bit. It's much the same sort of look, but we've got a range of 4 buttons here now, and we've also got a sort of a left-handed and right-handed arrangement, so if you want to put it either way up, you can. We've got a little tab on the side here for putting the pen in, which is great because it means it doesn't get lost on your desk anymore, which is a very nice feature. I like that very much as an upgrade from the Bamboo before. One feature that unfortunately has seemed to have gone astray, that was one of my favourite features of the previous Bamboo, the cable on the previous Bamboo had a connector here, which meant that you could just take the tablet and the cable separately, which meant they didn't have to get all wrapped up together in your bag. Unfortunately, this is back to having a fixed cable here, which does mean that you end up wrapping the cable around the thing, and it all gets a little bit messy, a little bit untidy in the bag. Not the end of the world, and frankly, if it stays on your desk, it's no trouble at all. But it's just one of those little features that I did happen to like very much on the original Bamboo. Now, this Bamboo has got all of the same features as the previous one. It's still got the pressure sensitivity, so when you're drawing on here, how hard you press affects in my case I use it to affect the opacity of the brush. You can actually set it in Photoshop to affect a variety of things, but it's got an extra feature in this particular model, which is something that I was very excited about when I saw it. It's called a Wacom Bamboo Pen and Touch, because not only can you use it with the pen, you can also use it with your fingers, just like a trackpad on a laptop. Now, that may not sound all that exciting to you until you've got used to working with, in my case, it was the Mac laptop that really introduced me to it. And you've got not only the ability to sort of point at things with your finger, but you may already know you can tap on most of those touchpads to click. One of the things that the Mac introduced me to is 2-finger tapping, 2 fingers together and tap, and that's a right click, and also 2 fingers up and down and left and right to scroll up, down and left and right. So there's a variety of extra gestures that you can do on these that emulate the way you might work with a mouse, that really make these sort of graphics tablets, particularly in a cramped space or in a travel setup with a laptop or something, makes them extremely usable. And it's something that the Mac really has excelled at. The graphics tablets, the little touch tablets on the Mac laptops are very, very usable, and you very quickly get used to having those things there. And I find that when I go back to a PC that hasn't got those things, it drives me crazy, because I want to be able to 2-finger tap to right click and things like that. So this adds those features, and obviously it's quite a big area as well. It's a much bigger area than you're used to when you're using a trackpad on a laptop. That doesn't actually give me any problems at all. I did find that the area was no problem. I was zooming around on the screen in no time. I will say this, the software that detects those gestures, not quite as slick and smooth as on the Mac. I find that every now and then it doesn't quite pick up what I was trying to do, but it's fairly rare. I mean, really, most of the time, absolutely no problem to use. One of the other things that's very important that Wacom have thought out that I would never have thought of until I tried to use one, it's sometimes necessary to turn off that touch feature, because sometimes it's just there on your desk and you brush your hand across it and it moves your mouse and all sorts of things, and it drives you crazy. So one of the buttons here is by default, that button there, bound to turn on and off the touch features. One of the other things that's important that again Wacom have thought of, that I wouldn't have thought of, is when you're using the pen and you're working with it this way, your hand is of course on the touch surface. So when the pen is nearby, the touch is deactivated as well, so that you don't move things with your hand instead of moving them with the pen. So just all those little usability features, well thought out. I think if maybe just a couple of little tweaks to the drivers might make those two-finger gestures just a little bit more reliable. Overall, extremely usable, and this is absolutely, definitely replaced my old bamboo tablet. It's totally usable. It's the same size area. It's an A5 tablet. I don't believe, unless you're a natural media artist, I don't believe anybody needs any bigger than that, not as a photographer. You can certainly be accurate enough with this, and the great thing, and I've said this many times, is as long as it's only this big, it tends to stay on your desk. If it's any bigger than this, you tend to want to get it out of the way because it's too big. So you take it off your desk and then it's not there when you need it, and you can't be bothered to plug it in, so you don't use it, you use a mouse instead, and the whole point of having a graphics tablet is lost. So you have this thing on your desk, and that makes it worthwhile all on its own. That small size not only pays dividends in that respect, of course it also makes it a lot cheaper. These things are very affordable. I think they're less than £100 here in the UK. I don't know what they are in America, but I'll bet you they're by far the most affordable graphics tablets out there, and I would say worth every penny. Absolutely. If you've not already got one, if you've been thinking about trying to use a graphics tablet, particularly for that pressure sensitivity, for masking and things like that, second to none. Definitely invest. You will enjoy using it. The other thing I would say is you don't have to unplug your mouse when you buy a graphics tablet. You can continue to use your mouse for all the things that you are used to using a mouse for, and just when you want to do something that uses pressure, that's when you get the pen out and you start using the graphics tablet. And of course, with it being a touch-based device, anytime that you don't want to use the pen, you can just use touch if you want, if you like that that trackpad thing from a laptop. If you're used to working that way, this might be just what you're looking for. There are also other versions available of this. There's a version that is just a pen device, and there's another version that is just a touch device. Why on earth you would want either of those completely eludes me, but I'll let you know they're there anyway. There are larger versions of these as well. There's a white one, I think that's a fun one. Various different versions. What I would say is get the basic one. As long as it's got the pen and touch, just get the very basic one. It does everything you need, and it works beautifully. While I'm here, I'm also just going to mention one other thing. This here is a BEZ, or anyway, it's a La Robe. I'm guessing it's French, La Robe. It's a graphics tablet shell for putting your graphics tablet in. So, I mean, in this case, I've got the one that happens to be the size of my my little bamboo. It was sent to me at the same time. I bought the bamboo is mine. The shell is on review, but I just thought. Actually, if you're travelling, you're taking these things around. This is a pretty nice little shell. Actually, quite impressed with how sturdy it is, considering it really is just a sort of a neoprene-y stuff. It's like the stuff that wetsuits are made out of. It's about 5mm thick. It's quite thick and quite sturdy. It's more rigid than I expected. So perhaps not necessary for such a small tablet as this one. But if you're buying one of the very large graphics tablets, particularly the very expensive graphics tablets, these guys make these sort of shells up to very large sizes as well, and if you're looking for some way of transporting those when you're travelling around the country, I would definitely recommend the La Robe tablet cases. You can find them at B-EZ or be-ez.com, or of course you can search for La Robe, which is L-A-R-O-B-E, La Robe. And those are great, so definitely check those out. And if you haven't already got a graphics tablet, these are definitely the ones to get. They're cheap, they do everything you need, and they're dead easy. Okay, enjoy. Thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you in the next show. If you'd like to see the full version of this show, or if you'd like to find any of our other older shows, all available for free, head on over to photowalkthrough.com.
This video was an extract from Photo Walkthrough, an online video show about photography and digital photo editing using Photoshop and Lightroom. If you'd like to see more, you can find all the old shows and subscribe to the new ones for free at photowalkthrough.com.